Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Noble, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Bujin deck profile. So Bujins are an absolute blast to play. They're an Exceed base deck for the most part. They're super budget, they look great, and they have some really cool hand trap effects too, ironically, which, you know, it's not really something you expect from the Bujins. But yeah, they can like double attack. They can just basically allow your monster to attack directly, some things like that. It's really cool, a lot of fun to play. I do want to mention real quick, as I have in the other ones, I'm doing a giveaway. We're getting really close to 2K, which is freaking insane to say because we just hit 1K like last month. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. I wanted to give back to you guys. So I'm going to be giving away this absolutely gorgeous Infer Noble Knight mat with Roland, the dude I can never remember his name, and Emperor Charles right here that Pay Omega Matt so graciously gave to me. All you have to do is super easy to enter into this giveaway, guys. You just have to be a subscriber. Make sure that setting is public because I promise you I will be checking. Now, I'm not going to give this to someone who's not subscribed to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and like it. Not only does that show that, hey, you like this video, you wanted to partake into the giveaway, but it also allows my stuff to circulate around YouTube as well, pop up more, and that's really critical for a small YouTuber like me. And on top of all that, guys, I've had a lot of people tell me what their favorite road deck is, so I want to hear what your favorite meta deck. That's something that a lot of people hate to hear, but I want to hear about it. What is your favorite meta deck? It doesn't have to be from this format. It'd be 10 years ago, in 2008, something like that. I want to hear what was your favorite meta deck. So do all those things, guys. I'll be picking the giveaway winner probably Sunday night, maybe Monday morning. And we'll pin the comment on either this one or one of the last few ones, and we'll contact you and go from there. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. So to start off with, I'm playing triple Bujin Yamato. This card is really, really good. What this one does is once per turn during your end phase, you can add a Bujin monster from your deck to your hand, then send a card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only control one Bujin Yamato. That's it. That's all this card does. But this is really, really good with helping out the consistency of this deck. I mean, not really much else to say. This is a really great card. Definitely recommend you run 3 of this one. Next up, I'm running double Bujin Harume. So what this one does is it cannot be normal summon or set, must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing a Bujin monster from your graveyard, except another copy of this card, which I'm going to have a ton in the graveyard, so that's not a big deal. If this card, which was summoned this way, is destroyed by your opponent's cards by battle or card effect and sent from your side of the field to the graveyard, and both players have a hand, you can discard a card, and then your opponent discards a card, and you can control one Bujin Harume. I'm also running double Bujin Arasuda, excuse me. So what this one does is if a Bujin monster in your graveyard or face up on your side of the field is banished, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in face up defense position once per turn. During the end phase, if a Bujin card was added from your deck to your hand this turn, which like it probably will be, this deck does a lot of searching, except by drawing it, while you control this face up card, you can draw a card and then you discard a card. And then I'm also running one Bujin, I can never say this one, Mikazuchi. This boy, when a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand once per turn during the end phase. If a Bujin monster or monsters was sent from your hand to the graveyard this turn while you control this face-up card, you can add a Bujin spell and trap card from your deck to your hand, and you only control one of these. So that is really cool with helping out with the consistency as well. I'm running one Bujingi Sinyo. During either player's damage step, if a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can banish both this card and you can banish this card from your graveyard, that monster you control gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it is battling until the end of the damage step, which is freaking amazing. And then if it does, all battle damage your opponent takes from that battle is halved, which is, I mean, that's fair, I guess. Sucks, but it's fair, I guess. I'm also running a double Bujin Harugo, which I'm going to have to sanitize my hands after touching a pendulum card. But basically what this one does is you can banish this card from your pendulum zone, then target one Bujin Exceed monster you control, special summon from your extra deck a Bujin Exceed monster of a different name by using that target as material, and this is treated as a special summon, and then those materials are transferred to the new one. Playing triple of Crane, which is, I always want to say Crow every single time. Every single time I want to say Crow, and this is not Crow. But this is my favorite one. This one's amazing. This is what basically your opponent is terrified to declare an attack. with. Because what this card does is during damage calculation in either player's turn, if a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to graveyard. The attack of your monster becomes double its original attack during that damage calculation only. And this is not a once per turn. So like, it's terrifying. Your opponent does not want to attack if you have a hand, basically, because Crane exists. This card is really, really good. I'm also running triple hair. I've seen a lot of people play this at 2, and if you want to do that, that's fine. I did for a while, but I kind of missed the third one. So what hair does is it provides really good protection. During either player's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then you target a Beast Warrior type monster, Bujin monster, you control. Once during this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. You only use this effect once per turn. Again, if you'd rather run this at 2, that's fine. I am playing 2 Turtle. Turtle's really cool as well because same thing. During the other player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Bujin monster, you can banish this card and negate the effect. It doesn't destroy, but it does negate a targeting effect, so that's really cool. I'm playing a Quillen. You can if you control a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, you banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one face-up card your opponent controls and destroy that target. You only use the effect once per turn. I'm playing a Pavo, which is like a lesser known one, but I really like this one. When a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent in the graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon a Bujin monster from your deck, which is really, really helpful, just being able to summon anything you want from the deck, pretty much. And I'm also running one Ophidian, because during your main phase 1, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. You target a Bujin monster you control, and they can attack your opponent directly this turn, which is really cool, because they can get pretty big. I'm also running Double Honest as well, just to kind of like, you know, a smack in the face, because you know, if you get through all through Crane, it's pretty freaking funny if you have an Honest in your hand too, because I think, okay, we don't have to worry about it anymore. That's actually happened, and I must say that's really funny. So if you don't want to run Honest, that's fine, but I do like it. It does help out quite a bit. And then lastly, I'm playing Triple Ash, just hand trap of choice. You know, it's really preference. If you want to play something else, that's fine, but I like Ash. If I had the new alternate art drawn lock, I'd definitely play that, but I do not have it yet. So moving into the spells, I'm playing one Bujin Carnation. What this one does is if your opponent controls a monster, you control no monsters, you target a Bujin monster in your graveyard and one of your banished Bujin monsters, and you special summon both targets, and they cannot be used as Exceed material except for the Exceed summon of a Beast Warrior, or Wind Beast type monster. I'm running one Bujin Nuity. This one's cool. I like it a lot. If you control no other cards and have at least one card in your hand, you shuffle all Beast Warrior type Bujin monsters from your graveyard into the deck, minimum 1. And if you do that, send your entire hand to the graveyard, minimum 1. Then you can add up to 3 Beast Warrior type Bujin monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. So you can literally get a ton of setup with this. Just kind of, you know, you don't. A lot of times you want your stuff in the graveyard because like Hair and Turtle, it provides a lot of protection, but you know, if you don't have that, you just have had bad luck. You can literally, it's kind of like a reset card. You can basically, okay, here's my stuff. Let me get 3 more. Let's start all over. I'm also running one Bujin Regalia, the Mirror. I like this card a lot. A lot of people don't run it, but I like it. At the start of the main phase 1, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, and you control a Beast Warrior type monster, which you will, a Bujin monster, until the end of your opponent's next turn, spells and traps and their effects cannot be activated. So this can literally shut your opponent down if they're running a trap that's they're running a deck that's really spell or trap reliant. I'm also running triple Fire Formation Tinky because this is a Beast Warrior type deck, so this just absolutely helps out with the consistency, because literally what it does is it's like you're basically playing 6 of Yamato, because when this card is activated, you can add a level 4 or lower Beast Warrior monster from your deck to your hand, and then your guys gain 100 attack, which, who cares? I'm also playing triple Exceed Import. I take this in because, I mean, this is an Exceed deck, and I loved it. I really, really liked it. It had good synergy with the deck. It's a quick play spell that's basically like a crazy disruption, to where you can target an Exceed monster you control and one monster your opponent controls, so it does target. It can't get past targeting and protection, but who cares? I mean, you know, it's not a huge deal. But you target something that your opponent controls with less attack or equal attack to your Exceed monster. You attach that opponent's monster to the monster you control as a material. So basically, like, hey, give me that. Mine material. And the fact it's quick play spell can be really disruptive for your opponent, and I like it a lot. It works really, really good in this deck. I'm also playing triple Ties of the Brethren. You pay 2,000 life points, and then you target a level 4 or lower monster you control for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, you not special summon monsters Also special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level as that monster, but with different names from each other and that monster. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. If you'd rather not play this, you could run Imperm, or if you don't have Imperm, you could run I don't know, Drone Lock or something. Ghost Ogre, you could run something else. That's fine. I'm only playing a few traps. I'm running 1 Bujin Incident. You target a Bujin Exceed monster you control, you banish it, and if you do that, return all monsters on the field to the hand, so it compulses everything until your second end phase after the activation. Neither player can summon monsters nor take damage, but they can normal set. So during your second end phase after activation, you target a Bujin monster in your graveyard special summon. The monster banished by this effect, and if you do that, you attach this card as material. This is a really crazy stall card, and the fact it can pulse everything, and it's not targeting, is really cool. And then lastly, just playing double Solemn Judgment. Again, I didn't want to throw in Imperm to this deck. This is a road deck. I didn't want to say, hey, here's 3 $45 cards you got to play, even though it did get reprinted, but didn't want to do that, so I just threw in some Judgments. And I actually really like Solemn Judgment as well. So for the extra deck, I'm running triple Bujin Susanoo. Might be Susanoo, but I say Susanoo because I love Naruto. But so what this one does is 2 level 4 Bujin monsters. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, take 1 Bujin monster from your deck, and either add to your hand or send to the graveyard. Really, really good card on top of looking beautiful. I'm running double Bujinte Kagasuchi. This is probably my favorite one. When this card is Exceed Summon, you mill the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard, or your entire deck if less than 5, and then this card gains 100 attack for each Bujin card sent to the graveyard by this effect, which will probably be most of them. Then he has really cool protection where if a Bujin Beast Warrior type monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach a material from this card instead of destroying one of those monsters. You only control 1 Kagasuchi. I'm running 1 Amaterasu and 1 Tsukiyomi. So what Amaterasu does is it's 3 level 4 monsters. You can only control 1 Bujinki Amaterasu. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach material from this card and apply this effect depending on whose turn it is. If it's your turn, you target one of your banished level 4 or lower monsters and you special summon it. If it's your opponent's turn, you target one of your level 4 or lower monsters and you add that target back to your hand. And then what Tsukiyomi does is 2 level 4 light monsters. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, send your entire hand to the graveyard, minimum 1, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. When this card you control, while face up on the field, leaves the field because of opponent's card effect, you can target you can target level 4 Beast Warrior Bujin monsters in your graveyard up to the number of materials this card had when it left the field, and then you special summon those targets, and you can only control 1 Bujinte Tsukiyomi. I'm also running double Bujinki Ahashima. So Ahashima is awesome. I would actually play the crap out of this in my Galaxy Eyes Photon deck because it's freaking amazing. But to link 2 is 2 monsters with the same level. It can't be used as link material. You can only use each of the following effects of Bujinki Ahashima once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can special summon 2 monsters of the same level, 1 from your hand and 1 from the graveyard. Negate their effects, and then immediately after this resolves, you have to Exceed summon using those cards as material. And if an Exceed monster this card points to activates effect by detached material, this card can basically pop a spell or trap, which is really cool. And then for the rest of the monsters, I'm just playing some generic stuff. An IP Masquerena, Nightmare Phoenix, and a Nightmare Unicorn. And then for the Link 4s, just a Boral Sword, an Avermax, and an Axis Code. Of course, if you don't have this card, you can run an Abolus, so it's like a $10 card now. It might be even cheaper now that the other one's getting close to being here. But yeah, so this is kind of really flexible. It just depends on what you want to play. But yeah, guys, so that's actually it for the deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really like playing Bujins. When I got this deck, I was just really thrilled with how much fun it is. Just being able to, I'm not going to lie, man, attacking with Crow, or just your opponent declaring an attack and getting rid of Crow, it's awesome. And then also having Hare and Turtle in the graveyard, it's just really cool. The Sea monsters look awesome. They have cool names. They have really cool effects. This is a fun deck to play, guys. Pick up this deck. It's budget. It's not an expensive deck at all. You can also throw more expensive things in if you want to run some Imperm or, like I said, some Drone Lock, Droplets. I definitely didn't do that, but it's a really fun deck to play. Do recommend you pick this up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're here and you haven't already done so, we've talked about this. I don't want to have to do an intervention, but it looks like we might have to. You need to subscribe. You need to. It's just getting past the point. You need to subscribe. You need to turn this around. Start now. Start by hitting that red button that says subscribe. And the very next thing you need to do is hit the bell so you become a part of the notification team so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. And then the very last thing you need to do is hit the thumbs up button, which allows these videos to circulate around YouTube. And it's very critical to a very small YouTuber like me, and I greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. Mwah. I will see you in the next video.